Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm gonna see if I have come up yet. It is spinning for me over here on YouTube on my iPad. So, if you are here, say hello, and then let me know that. Don't let me know. Let me know you're here. Share. And then also give me a big thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, I think my iPad is connected again. Yay! Sometimes because it sits for so long now, it does a weird thing where it like disconnects to the Wi-Fi. So I have to get it back up every time. Hello, Nancy and Verna and Sharon and Deb. Hello, hello. Thank y'all for joining tonight. I really don't have anything to show you per se up here on my face. Just to say hello is really all I have. And then the next thing is just to let you know that we're going to be using the paper pumpkin that is for April. And April ends on Wednesday, so we're getting it in right before the end of the month. But other than that, I'm going to put you guys down on the table so that I can show you all the things that are happening right now. So hold on just a second and let me get this all flipped and back down. I am going to say right before I was going live, I hit a button and it took me back to the like original video that you click on. And so let me move this back a little bit. So I thought that it was going to do a vertical picture again, but I was saved. So yay for that. Okay. All right. So let's dive into a couple things that are going on right now. Don't forget, from now until the end of April, so that's April the 30th, if you purchase $50 before tax and shipping from my online store, your name goes into a little bucket and I will draw a name. I have on here April the 30th, but I actually may draw it on the 1st. And I say that because I know some people order really late at night. Even someone on here ordered really late the other night, so I didn't see it. And I want to make sure that everybody's name gets in that does place that $50 order before I draw a name. This is for a $50 gift card, basically, that you can use on anything that's right now on the online store, or actually you can wait until the following week and do the new catalog. Or the other thing that I'm giving an option for is if you are local and you like to do our bingo, then you can choose to use that $50 and do bingo for free. So in saying that, bingo is on the 10th. If I can find my little flyer for it. Bingo is on the 10th. It is $50 for bingo. And you can register by clicking in the link. There's a description here and there's a link in there for you to click on that you can go to register. We make 4 cards and there's 6 rounds of bingo. If we have 20 or more people, we actually do 2 prizes per round. So in just saying all of that, registration has to be completed by this Friday. If you do not register by this Friday, then I can't put you into the bingo class. So just know that. But again, $50 registration link is in this email. And if your name does get pulled for this, you can use that for your bingo as well. So the next thing is In Color Club and the Paper Share. I have both of those going on right now as well. For the Color Club, you have until May the 10th to register for that. It's a monthly commitment for 5 months at $65 a month. You get a pack of cardstock, ink pad, refill, marker. You get the Stampin' blends, you get ribbon, 8 sheets of designer series paper, Then you also get a hand stamped card in that color. I put the card together for you. You don't have to do anything with it. And then you also get like a free little gift every month. Usually it's embellishment, or a lot of times the very last one is a pack of designer series paper that coordinates with, usually it's like half a pack or a quarter of a pack, that coordinates with the new in colors. So, so that is in Color Club. Sharon, what do you mean by when does the money come out of our account? Are you talking about for the In Color Club? So when you register, if you register for the In Color Club now, you have to do it by the 10th. Whatever day you actually register for it, it'll take that first $65 out. And then on the 5th of June, I will mail everything out. Then for June to get your July kit, that you'll have to pay that invoice no later than I didn't write that note down over here. I want to say it's at least, because I need to get them out by the 5th, and so I'll have to order everything. I want to say I said like the 20th of every month for that. So, but I'll send you invoices each month on that, and then you'll have 10 days to pay it basically. So, but yeah, so the first one, you'll just do it by the 10th. And the reason for the first month that's by the 10th is because I have not only the In Color Club, but I have the paper share, I have bingo, and I have club. So it's a lot for the month of May. And so that one will take, the first month will take a little longer for you to get. But you'll get it, it'll mail out on June the 5th. And then on probably around June the 10th, I'll send you an invoice, and then you'll just need to pay it by like the 15th or 20th of the month. So I'll give everybody a little bit of time to pay those. And if you have specific questions, Sharon, just text me or call me, and I can call you afterwards. Then the paper share is a one-time thing of $28. It includes the current, so there was I'm going to probably botch on how I say this, but I can actually just pull these really quick. So it's going to include these designer series paper right here. These came out with the latest online exclusives. Then there's new ones that are coming out in online exclusives as well that will come out on May the 6th. Is it the 6th or 7th? And then, of course, anything new from the new catalog that comes out next Tuesday as well, that will all be included in this paper share. And then it will come either 6x12, or if it's a pack of like 6x6 paper, you'll get a 6x6 piece. So with the paper share, it is $58, and you have to register by this Friday for that. Okay. All right. That's all that. Last but not least, these are the two catalogs that are getting ready to expire, retire, whatever the word is. And it will be done on May the 5th. So if there's anything that you want from these two catalogs, make sure you grab them. I did want to kind of share this. So some things don't retire out of these catalogs. So let's just say, for instance, I'm going to find a bundle. And please don't, don't hold me to this sticking around. I don't know. I'm trying to look. Okay. For example, the Gone Fishing bundle. Now this one wasn't a new one in this one either, but the Gone Fishing bundle is, no, that one's not sticking around either. I really don't know what is, see, I'm so confused sometimes. But okay, we'll just give an example because I can't remember which ones are retiring and not at this point. Let's just say this one was sticking around. Okay, so it was in this catalog as a bundle price. The bundle price is 10% off, so it would be $45.75. If this was to, and I know this one is retiring, but if this one was to go in the new catalog, you would not get the bundle pricing. You would have to pay for it individually like you would here. So it would be broken out. You'd pay for the stamp set, you'd pay for the dies, and then you don't get that 10%. So make sure if there's anything retiring from these two catalogs that are bundle pricing and that you want those, that you get them now, because you won't get that bundle pricing later on. Okay, then last but not least, this is the new annual catalog that comes out next week. Next week, I will not be live on Monday because I have church. So we'll be live on Tuesday, which means y'all get to see the new catalog. I will do a quick little walkthrough of it for you. You can see I am prepared with what all I like. I will not be getting all of that at the beginning. I promise you that. I've really been trying to stick to buying things as I go along that I know I will use, so that everything that comes in my craft room gets ink on it. So I have slowed down on just buying everything at once. So I will have these stickies on there for a pretty long time, I am sure. I've gone ahead and gotten a couple of things, but not very much. I have actually refrained and done really well. I'm so proud of myself. So, all right, that is all the announcements I have. I'm pretty sure. So let's dive into our projects. These are the 3 cards that you can create using this month's Paper Pumpkin. This is the stamp set. They're all sentiments except for this stamp, which is a double butterfly, and then you've got this one, which is a single butterfly there. But it's some great sentiments this month. It's called Inked Occasions. There is also a die set that goes along with April, May, and June. And I have that right here. They're called Hugs a Bloom dies. We're going to be using these 2 dies tonight. And we're doing 3 cards because honestly, these are pretty simple cards because I've already cut everything out. So it's just some stamping and embossing. So, but here are the front. There's some really, the background, the watercolor paper is really great. One thing I love about Paper Pumpkin is that it gives you colored instructions. And then it also tells you down here what comes in your kit, obviously there, but then also coordinating colors so that when you pull from your stash, you have the option to look at other colors that might go along with it that you can pull and use as well. Okay, so let's dive into our projects so I don't keep you guys forever. And the first one we're going to start with is this one right here. This uses the butterfly or beautiful butterflies. Okay, so this is currently a bundle, and I was pretty sure I ordered the dies because the stamp set was coming free with Celebration 2nd Series, and I was pretty sure I ordered a die set just for me, but apparently I did not. So anyway, because originally I was going to cut out the butterfly, the large butterfly, with the die. But I have searched high and low and I cannot find it, nor is it on any of the actual order papers. So, so we're just going to stamp it and emboss it in gold. That is a way to get around it, I guess, right? And we're going to do some Pool Party, which is one of those coordinating colors that they talk about. And we're going to set these aside for right now. We're going to grab in our little foam mat here. And then I'm going to grab all my little stuff. And then we're going to use our embossing buddy just to ink it up real good. Not ink it up, but powder it up, I guess. All right. And then the easiest way to ink up this large butterfly is to turn it upside down. And we're going to get it good and inked up. And then we're going to stamp it right there. And I'm going to hold it until it gets a good image on it. No, Sharon, the dies don't come with the kit. It is a separate thing that Stampin' Up! Has been offering. Every 3 months, they will come out with a new coordinating die set that goes with it, and they're $12. Usually they're $12, and it will coordinate with 3 months. So this one is going to be April, May, and June. And they are great. They really are fantastic. Okay, let's grab our gold. And the reason we're doing gold is because the outline here is in gold. And this is actually one of the card bases. And if you'll notice, the back doesn't have the gold on it, but this has the gold frame and it's already imprinted on it. So I thought that was pretty. And then I just cut it down so that it was a smaller and would fit on the pool party. Okay, so let's do this. I feel like I've done a lot of embossing lately. Apparently I am on an embossing kick, which is just fine with me. I love embossing. It's the only messy thing I allow in my craft room. Glitter is not allowed, but I'll take embossing powder. And then I vacuum up after I use it. All right. We are then going to take this. I'm going to grab my tweezers. Hello, Linda. And we are going to heat it up. Until it gets all nice, pretty, and shiny. And it does take it just a second to heat up real good. It is going to warp your paper just a little bit. This is a thicker cardstock, so it doesn't warp as bad, but I'm going to show you what I do to get it back to normal form. All right. And almost there. Make sure we get everything nice and shiny. All right. Okay, so once I get it all done, then what I do is I just kind of flip it and I just kind of rub my hand and my fingers across just to kind of get it back to being as flat as possible. It's not going to go perfectly back, but when we adhere it down, it'll get it good and flat again. Hey, Jean Ann from Hanover, Pennsylvania. Well, hello. How is the weather there? Is it getting warmer in Pennsylvania? Because here it is really hot in South Carolina. Today was quite hot when I went out. All right, so now we're going to take our pool party and we're going to attach this and we're going to do it flat down. Before we do that, let's stamp our little butterflies. We're going to make good use of these tonight. So we're just going to stamp there. And then we're going to do the single one. And we're going to put, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I put the single one. You can see it, it's covered up right there. So why don't we put this one up here like that? And then we're going to stamp these again. We'll stamp those right there, just so we can see it. Okay. Oh, really? Huh. Well, I will say this, Deb, I did not know that. Oh, it's in the high 70s. Oh, yes, so you are a little hotter too now. I will say this, Deb, I have a little handheld vacuum that I do, but I did not know that. So now when Ben comes in here to vacuum, I'm going to have to make sure that there's not a lot of embossing powder down there. I might have to sweep that now. Wow. And you know, the crazy thing is us crafters, we all have a way of sharing things that have happened to us, correct? Famous lines from a crafter. Ask me how I know. That is for sure. But that is definitely good to know now. I'm gonna have to really watch that. Okay, so I put adhesive on all 4 sides, but because we heat embossed it, I'm gonna pull a little bit, I'm gonna put a little bit more adhesive on it than normal. And then we're gonna line it up and we're gonna attach it as even as possible. Ta-da, there we go. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is I've already cut out our little piece here and our leaves. And I'm gonna say, I really like these leaves. Love them, love them. Especially black powder. Really? So there's even a difference between them. Huh, that is interesting. I'm not gonna try that. Nope, not at all. Okay, we're gonna do, In Case You Need Me, I'm Here, and that is straight from the Beautiful Butterflies. So we're gonna put that on here. And one thing I noticed with this stamp set is the I'm Here is crooked, so you wanna line it up by the In Case You Need Me. And the reason it looks crooked, it's not really crooked, but it looks crooked because of the script of it. So just FYI. All right, that's good enough. Oh, the black shows really well. Oh, now I understand. I'm slow sometimes, but now I understand. Oh, and that's in your new craft room, isn't it? Oh, that breaks my heart. Oh gosh. You know, I'm gonna say this. The rug I have in here is really, really old. It's probably a good 30 years old. I might be okay with it going. I guess that would give me an excuse as to why to get rid of it, right? Okay, we're gonna flip this over. Don't tell Ben I said that. Don't tell him I said that at all. All right, because he will freak out that I even thought it. All right. We're gonna put dimensionals on here. Then we're gonna take and add a little bit of adhesive right about here. And then let's see, where else do I need it? No, I didn't need it. Yes, I do need it there. I need it there and here. We're gonna take some linen thread. Oh, in the room you left behind. Okay, well that's a little better. That's a little better because it's not in your new pretty one. And we're gonna take and just kind of wrap this around. We don't really want it to be a bow, and so we're just gonna kind of make it messy. And we're gonna loop it around and just kind of create, we're gonna go ahead and just take off that right there. I don't really want it to be on top of it because I don't want it to make it too bulky. So we are definitely going to try to wrap it around. And then do one more time. Oh, well, let's see. How many times did I do it? I got 2 loops on each side. Okay, here we go. All right, one more time here on this side. And we're going to do kind of over here. And then we're gonna wrap that there again, take it across. I know that was a lot. And then we're gonna cut right there. And then we'll take off these dimensionals. Great thing is you've got little short stems for these leaves, so you don't have to worry about this being placed down first. All right, so we're gonna put this right about here. Gonna kind of move that this way. There we go. like that. Then we're gonna take our white and we're just gonna cut it or rip it in half. And then we're gonna take this and put a little bit of adhesive. You could also do a glue dot. A glue dot will be perfect for these as well. And then we're gonna tuck this in right about here. And then we're gonna, I already, when I did the sample, I had ripped one in half. And so we're just gonna use the other part to it. And we're gonna stick it so that the white leaves show in between it, like that. And then we're gonna take and put a little bit of adhesive on this one. We're just gonna do it on 2 leaves. It'll be just fine. Oops. We're gonna stick this one in here, like that. Then we'll put adhesive on this one. And attach it in right there. Okay, then last but not least, we're gonna do some of my favorite embellishments. These are called the low profile dots. I love these. And we are going to adhere some gold because you can never have too much gold, in my opinion. We'll stick there, there, and then we're gonna put one up here in between those butterflies. And then ta-da, there is card 1 for alternatives. All right, let me move those. Then we are going to, I'm going to get rid of my trash over here too. I don't know why I didn't put it in the bucket. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put that on the inside. So let's put this on the inside. Ta-da! Now you have a place to write. Okay. Card number 2 is this one right here. I really do love these watercolor backgrounds. They are spectacular in my opinion. Spectacular. Okay, so now we're gonna do this one. We're gonna take and fold our card base in half. This is a real quick one because I've already cut everything out. And we're going to go ahead and put our piece for the inside so I don't forget it. We'll go ahead and put that down. We'll attach that right there. Okay. Then we're going to take this piece here. We're going to stamp, actually, we're just going to go ahead and adhere this to our gold foil first because I want to put the hugs on to see where we're going to stamp the butterflies. I might lay it on there. All right, and then this is just gold foil. It's the textured foil paper. And let's go ahead and just take and lay this here. And we'll stamp our butterflies. We're gonna do some placing. Okay. So let's stamp right here. And then stamp right here. And then we're gonna take this one and put it down here. Okay, so now we've got plenty of room. All right. Now I cut out 2 little, what I call foliage. They're leaves. These are from the linked together dies. They look like this. It's a bundle that also has decorative masks that go with it. I love these dies and I'm really sad to see them go, but these are on the last chance from what I see online. So if you want this bundle, it comes with the dies and the masks, and then you have the stamp set, so you can do all that as a bundle. This one is well worth it because it has a stitched circle, a stitched diamond, but it also can be like a wonky square. That's what I called it when I first saw it. And then you've got this, it's like a lattice almost. And anyway, I really love this die. I've used that one a lot. So, so I use that because I'm going to use it until it's no longer on the website. Yes, it does, Deb. It definitely did. It toned it down just a little bit for sure. All right, so we're going to take this one here, and I've put adhesive on the back of them so that I could just adhere it down. And we're going to put this right here, and we're only going to do about half of it down, because then we're going to take another one, and we're going to stick it right up underneath and kind of have it go off and up like that. And then we'll press that one down. Okay, now we've got our hugs, and we are gonna do some mini dimensionals with this one. And we're gonna have to do some cutting as well. All right, so we're gonna put a mini dimensional there and there, and then there, oops, there, and then I think one goes there, yep, and then I can put one right there. Now the rest of them are going to be edge pieces, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little piece here, and we are just going to cut a little skinny strip all the way up like that, and then we're going to cut it into 3 pieces. We're going to attach this one right here. We're going to attach this one right here. We're going to cut this in half. And we're going to stick this one. Let's stick this one right here. It's a little wider area. And then this one can go here, right there. And then we're gonna need another little piece. This one I'm gonna do pretty skinny as well. I'm gonna cut it like this because I'm left-handed. All right. And then we're gonna need that one. That one's gonna go right here. I just wanna make sure it doesn't fall. And then let's do here. We'll do there. Okay, then we're gonna cut this one in half and do a little piece here. And then I think that will be enough. Don't y'all agree? I mean, I could put one right there, but we're just going to let it be. We're going to let it be. We're going to be fine with this. It'll stay on, right? If you've been around for a while, I will over adhere sometimes. Sometimes I under adhere, but a lot of times I will over adhere things because I just don't want it to, I don't want it to go flat when it's in the mail. I don't want it to fall apart. So I am sometimes pretty picky about that. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna put this down and we are gonna have that little bit hang right off, but ta-da, there we go. Then we're gonna take and pop it up on the back. Let's see if I have enough. I don't think I will. I will get another sheet. All right. And because this one also has foil, we're gonna add a little bit more to it as well. Let's add 2 more right there. Those are also little tiny little pieces there from the edges. All right. And apparently I'm just gonna make a pile of all those dimensionals and backings and everything else. All right, so then this is gonna go on the front right there, and then ta-da, card number 2 is done. The thing that took the longest was putting the dimensionals on the back. If it was, which there is a die that does say hugs in the stamp set, so you could always put the foam sheets behind it to make it a little taller if you didn't want to have to cut up dimensionals like I just did. So, all right. And then let's do card number 3, which is my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. Right here. I have been wanting to use this embossing folder, and I finally made it happen. So we are, and I've already done the cutting, but I did want to show you a little trick. This embossing folder, and you're going to notice the opening is a little different because I decided to use a die instead of just cutting it with my cutter. And I think I probably will like this one better, but it doesn't matter. We're going to keep going with this one. It also, one of the things that I might suggest, I cut the square out first and then embossed it. And I think what it does, because it's grabbing the paper in odd ways when it's running through, or it's creasing the paper in odd ways when you run it through, that it did this little number right here. Oh yeah, it might help to show you the embossing folder. So this is the corrugated embossing folder. It is brand new. I believe it came out in the last set of online exclusives. But just a tip on it, when you run this through, you want to cut your paper 1/2 inch longer than what you typically would do. So like typically I cut my paper 4 by 5 1/4. So what I did was I cut it 4 by 5 1/2. So it's actually it's a quarter longer. Because when you run it through that corrugated embossing folder, it really does corrugate it, and so it cuts it down. So just know that. And then the other thing is a tip. When you are using one that embosses that heavily with your paper, my tip is spray your paper with water first. It loosens up just a little bit, so when you run it through, it will not rip. And I don't know if you can see that there. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in. It ripped right there. Oops. On that page because I didn't get that hit with water. So just know those tips. I love it, but you definitely have to have those tips to use it and not want to cuss out your paper. Because when I first started using it, I could not get it to not rip. And then I was like, wait, there's got to be a trick. Then I was like going through the memory bank and I was like, we've had a folder like this before. What did we do? We got the paper wet in order to run it through. So those little quick tips. So we're going to take our card base and fold it in half. And then we are going to take our corrugated paper, and I'm going to do some tear and tape across the edges because this is going to make it easier to really line it up on the edge. And then you can put your paper down a little easier. All right, so then we're going to line this one up here. And then all the way down. And ta-da. All right, so now that we've got that, then we'll take the backs off. And then we're going to put our paper on the back. And again, this is just another one of the card bases. And this has like the gold foiling in it. And on this one, I really wanted the blue to show, so I cut, on the sample, I thought I'd cut enough to have the blue, but it still wasn't a whole lot. So I think the blue kind of helps, kind of like Deb said earlier. I think the blue allows that, I think it's Gorgeous Grape and then the Berry Burst not to be so overwhelming. And so anyway, we're going to try to get more of the blue to show. So we're going to stick, nope, I want to do it this way. I want that to be at the top. All right. Oh, I think that's going to be good. Okay, so now we've got that all lined up there. And then we are going to take and pop this bad boy up. And again, we're going to put a lot of dimensionals on it because this one is that corrugated embossed. So we definitely want to make sure that it adheres to our card base. All right, so we're going to put 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more. And that one, the back came off of it. All right. And then we'll stick this on our basic black card base. And we're going to make sure that the blue is up at the top. And we're going to adhere just like that. Okay. Next, we have this piece here, which comes directly from the kit. We are going to cut it in half. And then we're going to set it aside for just a second. We're going to go ahead while we're here and put our card piece on the inside, because otherwise I'll forget. I will forget. Okay, there we go. Now let's stamp our sentiment here. We're going to go back to embossing. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yes, I think, seriously, I can pinpoint on these cards tonight which one's my favorite, and it's this, definitely this one. I like black with bright, bold colors. I think it makes the colors stand out a lot as well. Okay, so we are going to use You Can Do Amazing Things, which comes from Wonderful Thoughts. I love this sentiment stamp set. I am a sentiment junkie. I like all stamp sets with sentiments that have all sentiments in it. I love them. All right, so we're going to stamp this here in the center. Then we're going to put gold on it too, because we got gold in the background. And then let's get that all gathered up together. Run it over one more time. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my tweezers again, and we are going to heat up our embossing powder. All right, there it goes. This one doesn't take very long, since it's just the sentiment. All right. Now we are going to take these gold pieces here, and we're going to place this down here. I'm not sure how I'm going to like this, but we're going to make it work anyway. We might move it up just No, I don't want that bottom part to show. So we'll put that all the way down at the bottom. We're going to put adhesive on the back. Let's do that one on the top. So let's do this. We're going to do this one on the bottom. All right, so we're going to stick that there. Okay, and then this is going to go right over like that. We're going to flip this over. Put on dimensionals. We're going to put 5 on it. And then we will take and stick this right down here. Just like that. Okay, I think I did a good job covering it up. All right, and then there is card number 3. Yay! It didn't take as long to do these as normal. I know I still have a lot of announcements right now, but I definitely wanted to do 3 for tonight. And then I will have a 4th later this week. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I really liked this kit. So I will have another one that I will post on Facebook later this week, so that you guys have one more alternative as well. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the projects, and I will see you next Tuesday, not next Monday. Monday I'll be at church. We will go live with the catalog next Tuesday, and I'll get to show you some of my favorite bundles that are coming out. So, all right, everyone, see you next time. Bye.